Arsene Wenger's Arsenal look like this. Seaman in goal, a back four of Dixon, Keown, Adams and Cole. In midfield we have Ljungberg, Grimandi, Vieira and Perez. And up front, two more French World Cup stars, Sylvain Wiltord and Thierry Henry. The substitutes for Arsenal today are Manninger, Parler, Bergkamp, Kanu and Lorraine. What a substitutes bench. Gerard Houlier's Liverpool line up like this. Westerveld in goal. Across the back, Babel, Hoopier, Henshaw and Carragher. In midfield we have Gerrard, Murphy, Hamann and Smitser. And up front, Michael Owen is paired with Emil Heskey, which means that another England striker, Robbie Fowler, is on the bench. And with Robbie Fowler on the bench, we have Arfexad, Berger, McAllister and Vignal. OK, let's go straight off and join our commentary team there. Jimmy Armfield, Mike Ingham, and first of all, Alan Green.
The curse of the modern era, the mobile phone. We're all guilty of that. The referee is Steve Dunn, and let me run down the two lineups. First of all, Arsenal, who'll be playing in their normal strip of red shirts with white sleeves, white shorts and white socks. Seaman is the goalkeeper. The defenders are Dixon, Keown, Adams and Cole. In midfield, Ljungberg, Vieira, Grimandi and Perez, and the strikers Wiltord and Henry. Liverpool in their goal shirts with navy flashes, navy shorts, go into huddle, a customary huddle, even though Robbie Fowler isn't in the starting lineup. Their lineup, Westerveld's the goalkeeper. The defenders are Babel, Henshaw, Hoopier and Carragher. A midfield of Murphy down the right, it seems, at the start. Gerrard, Hamann and Schmitzer. Then Heskey and Owen. Steve Dunn is the referee. He's taken the signals from both linesmen. And the 2001 FA Cup final, sponsored by AXA, is underway at a stadium that is truly a magnificent venue. At which point we welcome listeners to the BBC's World Service, wherever you are. I hope it's as nice a day as it is here in the Welsh capital. Glorious sunshine, sweltering temperatures. It's normal FA Cup final weather. Liverpool attacking the goal to our right and defending the taff end in the first half. Have the ball. Hoopier, the captain, to Gerrard. On to Babel, and Babel is beaten by Perez, and Henry takes it up. Wiltord ahead of him, but it's a good ball to Perez, left edge of the penalty area. He's into the Liverpool penalty area, though it's a good tackle by Babel, and it's behind for a corner to Arsenal. Jimmy.
Yes, well, first corner to Arsenal. It was an error by Babel. He gave the ball away on the halfway line, and they broke very quickly, and in the end he had to do well, the German, there to rescue it. Corner kick to Arsenal.
From their left, and Perez to take it. Perez has scored the winning goal in the semi-final against Tottenham Hotspur. Right-footed, curling in, and a good catch by Westerveld, who, awkwardly for him in this first half, is looking into the sunshine. There's only about a quarter of the ground is basking in sunshine at the moment, but certainly Westerveld's goals involved. Murphy looking for Owen on the far side, and Michael Owen, 6 goals in his last 3 games, collects it. Left edge of the Arsenal penalty, into it. Good run by Owen. Owen pulls it back, and it's knocked away by Adams. Out of play on the far side. Throw into Liverpool.
Well, real threat already. A lovely ball from Murphy, I thought, from the halfway line. Good vision. Murphy nicked on the outside of Dixon as well, which just be a little bit worrying for Arsenal's defence. Adams to the rescue.
Very bright start. Carragher with a throw-in. A few yards from the corner flag. Into the penalty it goes. Heskey jumps, heads it back. Murphy jumps too, drops kindly for Arsenal, and Dixon, all 37 years of age, slashes it upfield to safety. And then there's a foul by Henry on Hoopier, and it's a free kick to Liverpool inside the centre circle. By the way, I mentioned listeners to the BBC World Service. In particular today, we think of those in Ghana. You may not know, but before kick-off there was a minute's silence in memory of all of those who've died recently in terrible football tragedies around the world, but in particular the one that happened in Accra. Here's Owen for Liverpool. Tackled by Perez. Ball breaks well though to Gerrard. Gerrard to Babel. Down the Liverpool right. Into Hamann. Back to Stefan Henshaw once more. Henshaw. Only Hoopier and Westerveld inside the Liverpool half. Everybody else in Arsenal territory. It's cleared by Keown and collected by Ljungberg. Over the halfway line, Freddie Ljungberg. And then to the left, and Thierry Henry. And Henry's going to take on Oncho and beats Oncho. Hupia goes across. Henry crosses. Carragher stabs it away right-footed. Good clearance by the England defender, and it's out of play for a throw into Arsenal.
Well, it's been a terrific
start.
Yeah, terrific. I was just going to say, Alan, terrific start. Great run down the left-hand side. He likes coming down this left-hand side, Henry. Got the ball into the box, really. It was a good clearance in the end. I thought, you know, he showed a lot of pace there, Henry, down this left-hand side.
3 minutes played in the 120th FA Cup final. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Dixon back to David Seaman. You know, this Arsenal defence, Jimmy, collectively is 32 years older than the Liverpool back five.
Yes, it's going to be a fair job to try and replace them. I was talking to Mike about it this morning. We're trying to replace those. I mean, they've had a big enough problem trying to replace Winterburn initially, you know, but it's there we go. They've done a fantastic job, and Steve, who was alongside us here, he was one of them as well.
Throwing on the far side to Arsenal. Inside their own half, Lee Dixon to take it. Dixon has got Grimondi inside, so too is Vieira. Keown behind him. He's looking further down the line, though, towards Wiltord. And Wiltord comes, and it's thrown towards the Frenchman, who takes it on his chest. Liverpool thought he might have handled it, not so, but Liverpool win the ball back, and Hupia tries to clear it, hits the back of Carragher, and rebounds out of play on the far side. Throw in to Arsenal. St Johnstone 1, Dundee United 0 from Scotland. This is the FA Cup final, though. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Dixon on the far side. Plays it in awkwardly, and then there's a foul on Michael Owen, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. Gerrard takes it quickly, but too quickly. Schmitzer's offside, though. It was a very bright free kick.
Well, it was, and it's been a very encouraging start. Both sets of players, particularly midfield players, prepared to get forward there. Schmitzer's started out on the left-hand side. Very quick free kick by Gerrard, who started in centre midfield. He just went a little bit early.
As did Wiltord there from Grimondi's pass, and that's another free kick to Liverpool. I think it's bound to settle down, Jimmy. I can't imagine that we're going to have attack after attack.
No, it's
bound to be a tight match.
No, it's been a very good start, you know. I was very impressed by Henry's run down this left-hand side. You know, he went past Oncho as though he wasn't there, really. And he went so quickly, really, that Arsenal just couldn't get a forward player up in support of him.
Vesterveld well out of his penalty area to take this free kick for Liverpool. Right-footed and drilled towards the right side very accurately, straight to Marcus Babbel, the right fullback, midway inside the Arsenal half. To Murphy, a man behind him. Murphy tried a more ambitious pass, didn't come off, but it rebounds kindly to Oncho. Oncho lifts it to the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, and Adams heads it to the left. Ashley Cole keeps it in play. Oh, lovely flick on by Henry from Cole's pass. Wiltord over the halfway line. Henry down the left. Gerrard gets in. Wonderful tackle by Steven Gerrard.
Fantastic challenge that was. Showed fantastic pace as much as anything, and then to challenge from behind, got a clean win of the ball.
Carragher to Gerrard, and we've seen a lot of Steven Gerrard in these opening minutes and hardly anything of Patrick Vieira. Here's Babbel. Babbel looking for Heskey and for Murphy. Adams gets in between the two Liverpool players and clears it simply to Perez. Perez now approaching the halfway line. Vieira to his right, and it goes to Henry first and back to Vieira, and Vieira looking for the run of Perez through the middle of the Liverpool defence, overhits the pass, and it's through to Vesterveld.
Yeah, it was a bit adventurous, that. You know, I don't think Liverpool are going to give a goal away too easily for the player just running right down the centre of the field there. It's a very difficult ball to get onto.
Carragher for Liverpool, left of the centre circle, back to the captain. Hupia. Foul is on the bench. The other Liverpool substitutes, by the way, are McAllister, Berger, Vignal and Erfexad. Meantime, it's upfield for Liverpool to Heskey, and Heskey breaks in between two defenders, and he definitely just fell over there unaided. It wasn't a foul challenge by Grimondi, and rightfully it was ignored by Steve Dunn. The Arsenal substitutions: Veninger, Parler, Kanu, Bergkamp and Lauren. Here's Owen for Liverpool, and he cleverly wins a corner off Adams. And arguably, though it's been a bright start by both teams, Liverpool have started the brighter.
Yes, it has. And what they're doing, actually, they're using the longer ball, which is quite surprising, and they knocked the ball to Heskey, chased it out to the left-hand side. The last one came out to the right-hand side. Michael Owen using his pace again. They're both pacey players. Adams has conceded the corner.
Well, Murphy, who was certainly a surprise selection in the Liverpool team as far as I was concerned, is to take the corner from the right in the shadow. Both arms aloft, that's the signal. Played in deep. Oh, and it fell for Liverpool inside the penalty, and it's still running for them, but now it breaks down, and it's cleared upfield for Arsenal. Thierry Henry on his own, but getting support on the far side from Pires and Wiltord. Played to Wiltord, and Wiltord tried to volley the pass into Pires and made no decent contact at all. And finally, he's tackled and beaten by Carragher. But if the pass had come off, Pires would have been through. Out of play on the far side, throw in to Arsenal.
Yes, well, it's a good bit of play, that, really. It was a good challenge by Carragher. Tried to get the ball to Smitzer. Wiltord, though, showed a lot of commitment, chased after it, and he's won himself a throw-in by the corner flag.
In the 90-degree heat of the sunshine in the far side. Dixon with a throw-in to Pires, chested back to Lee Dixon. And now to Grimondi. Dixon once more. Inches in from the right tackler. Does well. Skips past Smitzer. Crosses low. Haman is there, and Haman lifts it clear, left-footed. And Owen keeps it in play, but knocks it back towards his penalty area. Half cleared. Vieira from 30 yards. Shoots, and it hit Henry. And now it's breaking for Liverpool to Murphy, and Murphy lashes it upfield. And Adams is there with Keown to combat Heskey. Adams heads it away, and Keown clears it. Right-footed over the halfway line. Carragher jumps and heads it down, and it goes to Steven Gerrard and back to Hopia.
Well, it must be warm in the sun, Alan, on that half of the ground. As the game progresses, the shadow is moving gradually across, but it must be very warm on that far side. But the players have shown terrific fitness. You know, there's started off with pace. It's terrific.
Really good. Here's Haman for Liverpool, who is in his customary role, just sitting in front of the back four. Haman again to Onshow, and Gerrard's available, and he goes to Gerrard, and Vieira goes to Gerrard, who knocks it down the right flank. He knew that Babel was making the run. So too did Adams, who got across and may have been caught by the German. He was. His foot was a little bit high. I don't think there was anything particularly nasty in the challenge. It was a foul.
No, he'll live. Don't worry. He's all right. But what he did, he came steaming across to cover as he normally does, and Babel kept his right foot there, and I don't think it's too much of a knock he's got.
I think he was playing the ball, Babel. We played nearly 10 minutes. You're listening to Sport on 5 and the World Service on the BBC, as you should be. This is where it really matters. Gary McAllister, sitting on the Liverpool bench, in deference to the sun, has a towel over his bald pate. No surprise there. Here's Ashley Cole for Arsenal. Stabs it infield, but only to Haman. Forward to Heskey, and Heskey gets away, first of all, from Keown. Keown gets in a second challenge. I didn't think either of the challenges by Keown actually were fair, but he gets away with it, and Arsenal take the ball forward down the left side. Pires infield from Gerrard, takes the ball through the legs of a man. Good one by Robert Pires. Dixon available on the far side. Play towards Dixon. Carragher across. Dixon plays it in first time, and Hopia clears for Liverpool. Up to the halfway line. Keown knocks it forward again, and too far forward, behind for a goal kick.
Well, that was a good bit of play, really, particularly by Pires. He was almost down in front of us in the shadow of this stand here. Came in from the left-hand side. He went past a couple of challenges. Whipped the ball across to the right, though, just slightly overhit. But so there was no finale to it. There's not been a shot on goal yet so far. We've just had one effort, a 35-yarder from Vieira that was blocked. Nothing else, though, for the goalkeepers to be worried about.
Vesterveld with a goal kick for Liverpool. Worthington Cup winners in this stadium a couple of months ago. And on course for an unprecedented trouble. No English team has ever won 3 cup finals in the same season. Smitzer. Back to Haman. Haman left of the centre circle and plays it back to Stefan Onshow, one of the 2 centre-backs for Liverpool. Onshow to the other centre-back, Hopia. And now on to Carragher, the left full-back, over the halfway line in the far side of the field. Lundberg comes close. It's on to Schmitzer. Schmitzer back towards Carragher, but left by Carragher for Hopia. Arsenal with everyone back inside their own half at the moment. 11.5 minutes play. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Murphy chests the ball down to Gerrard. On to Heskey. It was an awkward pass from Gerrard. Heskey couldn't make much of it, and Lundberg takes it away for Arsenal. Tackled by Schmitzer on the far side, but gets it back to Lee Dixon. Well, it's going to be heavily contested, this match. A lot of very strong players out there, particularly in the midfield. Here's Robert Pires for Arsenal. Through the centre circle. On to Henry. Henry's first-time pass aimed at Wiltord, but nowhere near him. Babel to Murphy. And Murphy to Heskey. Heskey couldn't take that. Kindly little nudge from Tony Adams. Helped put Heskey off, and Arsenal have the ball again. Vieira to Henry. And now Pires and Wiltord. Frenchmen all Perez, was he caught there by Haman? It was actually a bad pass from Perez, so he's quite lucky to get the free kick, because otherwise the ball was going out for Liverpool throw-in.
Yes, just slightly late there. How long have we played, Alan, now with this new watch of yours? 13 minutes.
Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you know, I've made, in honour of the FA Cup final, I've given Michael my watch, but no doubt he'll break it permanently now.
He really will. But I think you're right, Alan. There's high pedigree footballers here.
Perez with a free kick for Arsenal from the left flank. Into Dixon. Dixon back to Martin Keown. And Keown just clips it forward. Babel jumps, heads it away. Haman heads it down. And Murphy in the volley completely screws his clearance, dropping midway inside the Liverpool half. And then Carragher heads it to the halfway line. And interestingly, Jimmy, both teams are adopting the same tactics. When the other team has got the ball, the opposition gets everybody back. I mean, there we had everybody bar steaming inside the Liverpool half.
Yes, it's like a 2-3-1-4. You know, a man is the man who's playing just in front of the back four for Liverpool, Grimondi for Arsenal. And you've got the two strikers on both sides and the three players, you know, working in the middle area.
Much respect from one to the other. Tony Adams, St Mirren 0, Aberdeen 1 in Scotland. This is Wales, and this is all about England. The FA Cup final, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Vieira hits it to the left to Perez. Perez has Ashley Cole on the overlap. Perez keeps the ball and then plays it off Murphy. It's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. It's going to be some difficulty to get past either of these defences. Cole with a throw into Perez. Back to Cole. And now Vieira. Very quiet so far, Patrick Vieira, in the opening 14 minutes. Grimondi to Wiltord. And Wiltord with a good pass to Keown over the halfway line, right in the centre circle. And Martin Keown drifts it infield. Easy interception by Haman. And Carragher clears it to Gerrard. Gerrard with lots of red shirts around him, almost loses the ball, but Carragher helps him out, takes it forward, and then hits it long, rather hopefully, for Heskey. Adams across, and Adams heads it away to Dixon. Dixon tackled by Schmitzer, ball's out of play, throw into Arsenal.
Schmitzer can't get in the game just at the moment. There has been quite a lot of the play on this side of the field, but he just can't get into it.
The throw-in's fully 30 yards short of the halfway line, though Dixon's creeping ever so near before he takes the throw-in. Towards Wiltord, skips off the head of Carragher and drops to Hoopy. So far the pitch seems to be holding up quite well. Must have been a foul on Carragher on the far side. Referee spots it, free kick to Liverpool, pushing on Jamie Carragher. Carragher takes the free kick to Hoopia. And now to his right to Onshow. And towards our commentary position, the Liverpool right in this first half. Babel into Onshow once more. Walking pace at times in the heat. Onshow's ball forward, easily headed away by Cole, and then Vieira almost trips on it. Stabs it forward, though, successfully to Wiltord, and Wiltord sweeps it to the Arsenal right, and Lee Dixon, who takes it on his chest, down to his feet. Infield to Grimondi. Henry lurking just outside the penalty. Grimondi trying to find him, but it was headed away neatly by Carragher, and here's Gerrard. Heskey peels away to the left, and Gerrard looks to pick him out. Keown quickly across there, aware of the danger, and Keown's going to try to shepherd that ball behind for a goal kick, which he does successfully.
Yes, I'm sure this long ball that Liverpool are playing is a genuine tactic to start off with. That's about the third now we've had that's been struck from the centre field, out wide towards the corner flag, trying to use the pace of Heskey and Owen.
And that rumour that Heskey would be up front in his own was just that, a rumour. I never thought it likely.
Owen's been on fire recently, you know.
Well, you wouldn't stick him in midfield after he scored 6 goals in 3 games, would you?
Yeah.
Not if you're of any side mind. 16 minutes played, and that's also the reason, frankly, why Robbie Fowler couldn't make the starting lineup. Hopia doesn't get the challenge in properly, and the ball breaks to Lundberg, centre of the Liverpool half. Dixon available now down the right for some width. On to Lundberg again, who's gone wide. Carragher close by. Back to Dixon. And Dixon with a crossfield ball, 40 yards to Ashley Cole. Cole immediately controls the ball and runs forward, but runs straight into Danny Murphy. And now it's with Gerrard. To Murphy again. Heskey's available on the halfway line, and it goes to Emile Heskey. Where's the support for Heskey? There isn't any. He's tackled and beaten by Vieira. And on it goes to Henry, definitely onside. Around Festival. Arsenal must score. Henry shoots wide. He's claiming for handball. Not given. What a waste by Thierry Henry.
Well, that's the real chance. There was a real chance then, because it was a simple ball, really. It was Liverpool had possession. They lost possession around the halfway line, and the ball was knocked through. I thought at first he was offside, but it clearly wasn't. But when he came in from the right-hand side, he was appealing that the ball had been handled on the line. Now, we haven't the best angle of it.
Well, I tell you, the replay isn't conclusive. The hand was sort of waving around there, but I'm not sure that it didn't hit the post. I think it hit the post and went behind for a goal kick. Anyway, here's Owen for Liverpool. Owen approaching the Arsenal hat. He's fouled there by Adams. Referee, let's play on. Now Vieira fouls Owen. Now you can't let that go. But he's definitely clattered by Adams, and the referee rightly played advantage, but Vieira got Owen the second time.
Yes, it was a foul, and referee Steve Dunn's having a word with him. You know, what he's done, he's just had a quiet word with him. It's and just said to him, right now, we've all had a go. Here we are.
Free kick to Liverpool. Hamann strikes it straight at Grimondi, and I'm sure Seaman was worried about that. Hamann and Seaman have a history, remember, at Wembley. Murphy, back to Gerrard. Gerrard sweeps the cross in. Not headed away convincingly by Arsenal. Schmitzer chases the way to the far side. That was a goal-bound shot by Hamann, by the way. Here's Schmitzer coming forward towards the Arsenal penalty area. And, he's tackled by Steve Dunn. Ball breaks again to Schmitzer. Couldn't make much use of it. Hamann shoots again. I think he's got a shoot on sight philosophy this afternoon against David Seaman. But Arsenal come forward into the Liverpool half. Henry for Arsenal. To Grimondi. Henry definitely should have scored. Great tackle by Gerrard. And Gerrard powers over the halfway line. Owen to his right. Goes to Michael Owen. Taken in his chest. Yard outside the penalty. Great run by Heskey. And then Adams got his body between Owen and the ball. And I think that was a fair challenge by Adams. And inside the play, it's a throw into Arsenal.
Yes, well, Adams' experience there was very important to Arsenal, because Gerrard did ever so well. Took the ball off Grimondi on the halfway line. Fed it up to Owen. Owen tried to get on the outside of Adams. Just ran across him. There's no foul experience.
Gerrard's the dominant figure in the game so far in these opening 19 minutes. But it's Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. And it is very, very tight, as we expected it to be.
Well, they've had a great chance, Arsenal, to be in front of Henry there. It'd be interesting to see about, you know, he claimed for the penalty kick. There wasn't many other people claimed for it, but...
I think he claimed to help his embarrassment, frankly, at missing the chance. Here's Babel with a throw-in for Liverpool. Almost level with the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, and Babel can certainly reach that penalty area. Whereas Heskey, at the moment, just a few yards in front of the penalty spot. Here comes Babel, up to the touchline. High for Heskey. As he jumps, Owen shoots, blocked by Keown. That was goal bound. Oh, that's a great shot in by Gerrard. High and over.
Important block by Keown. Ball was coming in from that right-hand side, and when it broke out, there was another shot coming in at distance, this time from Gerrard. Not quite as accurate as I've seen him once or twice. It's gone over the top, but it's been an explosive start to this match. 20 minutes gone, exactly.
I'll tell you what was very interesting about that Gerrard shot. It went very close to the hand and the head of Martin Keown. Very, very close, and Keown just pulled his hand away in time. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0 in the 2001 FA Cup final, and this is the World Service and 5 Live on the BBC. Thanks very much indeed for listening. Martin Keown for Arsenal, as always in his red boots, to the slightly red-haired Freddie Lundberg. Nothing natural about that. To Cole on to Henry to Wiltord. Wiltord has Hopia behind him. Wiltord sweeps it to the far side along the ground to Dixon. And the Arsenal right into Wiltord, tackled by Gerrard, and the ball breaks to Schmitzer. Schmitzer's played not great. Babel helps it on. Murphy collects, and Murphy does well to hold off Vieira. Back to Babel, and Babel to the far side towards Vladimir Schmitzer. Dixon went to meet it, didn't get it, and it's now with Gerrard, still short of the halfway line. Back to Carragher. Carragher for Liverpool. Back to walking pace, especially in that sunshine. It's understandable. Now Hopia. 21 minutes played, 0-0 between Arsenal and Liverpool. My bet was always on a one-goal victory for one of these teams. I don't see many goals here. Onshow over the halfway line, right of the centre circle. Murphy's made a run forward. The pass was short, didn't reach Heskey, but Heskey wins it off Vieira. Vieira not on form yet. Here's Murphy. Murphy tries to play through the legs of Adams. Rebounds to Heskey. Heskey shoots, takes a deflection off Adams. Corner to Liverpool.
Shoot on sight once or twice now. We've had about 3 or 4 goals from distance. Both teams, I think that was a bit adventurous from Heskey. I don't think it was going anywhere, but it's got a deflection. Liverpool have won 3 corners already.
You don't get a goal for a corner, though, do you?
No.
So it doesn't matter.
Not for that.
Corner to Liverpool from the right. Danny Murphy to take it. And both arms go up. Again, that's the signal. That usually means it's deep for Liverpool. It's played in, deep, towards Heskey, too deep. Headed away by Adams. Onshow waits. Onshow plays it away to the far side towards Schmitzer. That was an important header away by Dixon. And the ball's back in the halfway line with Carragher, and all the way back to Sander Westerveld.
To forget his age, Dixon's been a terrific player, and he's still a good player for Arsenal. He just showed up, you know, all his experience there, anticipated the ball going.
Gerrard heads it on to Heskey. Back it goes to Murphy. Murphy shoots, a weak shot from Murphy, and Arsenal should clear midway through the first half. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0, and here's Mike Egan.
Well, it may not be Wembley, but it feels like the cup final. It's a wonderful atmosphere, and Arsenal have a free kick. Vieira's been fouled. Arsenal playing from right to left. Pires shapes to take it, and then just knocks it sideways, all of 3 or 4 yards to Vieira. Vieira still, by his standards, struggling to take the game here by the scruff of the neck. Ljungberg on the halfway line, and so congested down there. As Alan and Jimmy have been saying, very few chances, and Henry's missed the best ones so far. It's now Grimondi jumping over the challenge, threads it towards Wiltord, near side, just on the edge of the area, faced by Stefan Onsho. Dinks the ball into the area, a little high for Henry, overhead kick, in the end 5 yards wide.
He's a class act, Henry, and I think even for him that was a bit adventurous on the edge of the box, trying an overhead kick. Yeah, I'd love to see another replay of that ball when he comes in from the left-hand side. Oh, we're going to see one now, funny enough, in front of us now. And the ball, actually, what it did, hit the post, hit Onsho on the arm and went behind. So perhaps his call was right for a penalty.
It's been a brilliant atmosphere in Cardiff over the last 24 hours. It's almost felt like building up to a European Cup final here. And Patrick Vieira now disputing midfield with Murphy, but Murphy's there first. Haman, he's looking for some options, and eventually Babel, typically with his stocking roll down, chips the ball in with his right foot. It's going to be too high for Michael Owen. Adams just waits for it to come onto him, and then just drops it at Ashley Cole's feet, and Cole, moving across the pitch, almost lost that to Heskey. In the end, digs it away from him, and now Henry sets off, and here comes Henry with his pace, gets away from Haman. Ljungberg's made the run through the area. The pass from Henry was just in front of Ljungberg, but nevertheless, Arsenal win a corner.
Great play again by Henry. He's the problem. He's the problem at the moment. It's his pace and his control of the ball as well. And it's a lovely run off the ball by Ljungberg, but fortunately for Liverpool, Onsho was there, just kicked it away.
24.5 minutes gone in the cup final, 0-0, and for the first time we see Keown and Adams inside the Liverpool penalty area. Vieira's always dangerous from set pieces as well. In it goes. Westerveld struggling a bit to get that one away, and the referee has the whistle gone. Now the play continues over on the far side. Heskey's looking a little bit groggy. Arsenal retrieve the ball and they work it back inside the penalty area, but Grimondi can't get hold of that in the air against Babel, and eventually it breaks wide of Westerveld for a Liverpool goal kick.
Yes, Perry's knocked the corner in there, and Westerveld was in there with Heskey, and he fell rather awkwardly on his ankle. He'll be all right. He seems to hobbling away towards the halfway line now.
Sander Westerveld, who's played over 50 games this season for Liverpool, just settles himself away to our left. Just a little bit of sunshine still in that penalty area. This side of the stadium completely shaded as Westerveld strikes the goal kick right-footed into the Arsenal half. It's going to be Keown against Emil Heskey, away by Vieira, and now Ljungberg, who's drifted in field from that far side, needs a little bit of help. Dixon, as ever, will be there. 598th competitive appearance today by Lee Dixon. His ball across field was very ambitious. It was cut out by Danny Mills. Surprise selection today. He uses Babel and gets it back again. Murphy near side, the Liverpool right. Poor control from Haman, and Liverpool have been caught out as Arsenal break now with Henry. Goes away from Onsho. Wiltord's in the area. Henry's ball in, though, is behind Wiltord, and there are 3 Liverpool players there. Gerrard will take it away from the danger zone and clear up towards the halfway line, but he won't reach Heskey, headed back by Dixon. Liverpool still looking to try and cross the halfway line. Hoppier is tackled by Ljungberg, and Arsenal now with Grimondi looking to try and feed Henry once more. Wasn't a great ball though from the Frenchman. Babel's there, and a bit of space now for Danny Murphy down below on the Liverpool right, immediately faced by Vieira. Murphy back to Haman. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0 in the cup final, and we've played 26.5 minutes in Cardiff. Now Carragher down the Liverpool left-hand side, over on the far side in the sunshine. Haman, who played in that cup final 2 years ago for Newcastle against Manchester United, and would rather forget about it, really. Wasn't the happiest of days for him. Haman once more, all on his own inside the centre circle. Takes the ball inside the Arsenal half. Lays it off to Steven Gerrard, and so many Arsenal players back behind the ball. Long one again in from Gerrard. Overhit, though, can't find Heskey. Siemens, though.
It wasn't a bad ball, though, that. It was a lovely ball chipped forward. You had right weight on it as well, really. Heskey was It's that difficult ball, though, for a striker. You know, when your ball's coming over your head and you're running down the centre of the field, central defenders there, it's much easier for the central defenders who see the ball coming all the way.
Maybe the cup final, maybe the Millennium Stadium, but Phil Thompson's still going to prowl around over on that far side in the technical area, barking a few instructions, but whether they can be heard in an atmosphere like this. Now Martin Keown with a long ball for Arsenal. Liverpool will leave that, hoping that Westervelt's there. Very awkward bounce, though, and Henry was in there challenging Westervelt. In the end, a good recovery, though, by the Dutch goalkeeper, and then a very neat underarm throw to feed Haman, who presumably called for it. On now to Danny Murphy, centre circle. Another long one from Murphy, and Keown is just caught out as Heskey takes it inside the area. Smits has gone forward, Heskey on his right foot. Good block, though, by Keown. And, well, Heskey could have been a bit sharper there because there were players looking to be serviced from him after that initial error from Keown. And now Vieira. Vieira seemed to be played into difficulty, but he gets away with great strength from Murphy. It's now Robert Pires near side, onto Thierry Henry, who's only got one goal in the FA Cup this season, a penalty. Henry, 25 yards out, Wiltord's waiting. Henry steps over the ball, then finds Pires on the left-hand side. So many goal shirts from Liverpool, though, inside the penalty area. So tight in the cup final, 0-0. Vieira now, strong right-footed ball, too strong for Ljungberg, and it's a goal kick again to Liverpool.
Well, it was a great attack, but it was tentative. There was no support play there for Henry. The only player who really made the effort to make a forward run there was Wiltord down the right-hand side. Ljungberg was coming up on the right, but he had to actually run across the box, Henry, turn round and come back. Liverpool had 7 players behind the ball. It's very difficult at the moment for the forward players.
Just got a picture of Arsene Wenger feeling the heat a little. He's taken his jacket off. He's got a mauve purple shirt over there, just wondering and obviously reflecting on the miss by Henry. Now, good tackling, terrific tackle by Adams. Liverpool player's gone down. I think it might be Danny Murphy. It's now Robert Pires of Arsenal. Try to get that through to Wiltord. Well closed down by Onsho. They'll need to stop the game. There is an injury problem with Danny Murphy, and the referee now has seen it, and he's just going to see whether Murphy needs attention. He doesn't.
Well, they're offside down here.
Right.
Down there. It's going to be a free kick down at this bottom end. It's a good block by Onsho, but Murphy got a knock on his ankle and it challenged by Adams.
This is the cup final, and you're listening to 5 Live or BBC World Service from Cardiff. It's 0-0 between Liverpool and Arsenal. We've almost played a third of the cup final, and it's just as tight as we thought it would be. Gerrard, tackled by Vieira, and Henry's got the ball. Back comes typically Gerrard. Can't get the ball away from Henry, though. Henry with this great close control down the left-hand side, but they're short again in the penalty area. There's only Wiltord there. They now try to find Dixon over on the far side. This is a problem sometimes for Arsenal. The ball poorly cleared by Liverpool. Grimondi's shot is still at Westerveld, and at times Arsenal struggling to get the numbers in the penalty area. So many Liverpool players back, and now Babel on the halfway line. Another long ball. Heskey's given offside.
Yes, there was no real support for Henry again when he came down this left-hand side with the ball. Ljungberg trying to make a late run. Carragher got it away, and Grimondi tried a shot. 35 yards. Easy pickings for Westerveld.
Patrick Vieira slowly conserving the energy. Ljungberg, foul by Steven Gerrard. Inside the centre circle, Steve Dunn, the referee, gives a free kick to Arsenal just inside the Liverpool half. Arsenal playing from right to left. Well, Ljungberg, referee says drop it back another couple of yards to where the offence actually took place, and now Vieira just smoothly finds his captain Adams. Adams switches, veers to the right-hand side. Slow build-up from Arsenal. Vieira now onto Grimondi. Seemed a bit surprised to get that one. Now Dixon over on the far side, down the line to Wiltord. He can't go past Jamie Carragher, though. Well tidied up by Liverpool, and Heskey at the moment playing at left back and cleared by Huppier, but that's a rather reckless clearance. Straight back to Arsenal. Vieira once more centre circle onto Pires, who's gone in field to make it even more congested. Pires now going down the right hand side, feeds Ljungberg. Wiltord's in the area. Cross doesn't come in though from Ljungberg, and it wins a throw in off Jamie Carragher, but the last 3 or 4 minutes a bit better from Arsenal.
Yes, it was a nice little run from Pires. It's the French players really who really looking active for me. They've got a bit of spark in the play as well. Pires, Henry, Wiltord. Good run off the ball there from Ljungberg. Liverpool have blocked it.
Dixon's throw down to Wiltord. 6 goals in the FA Cup. Cross coming in from Dixon. Easy header away by Huppier, who played in this stadium for Finland. It's now back again with Vieira. That's a good ball from him to Pires. Arsenal, as the ball was threaded through, Ljungberg looks to the linesman over on the far side, claiming he was tripped by Carragher, but nothing doing from the linesman, nothing doing from the referee. And Westerveld clears to Marcus Babel. Babel up against Pires, immediately closed down though by the Frenchman. Babel's in retreat and goes back once more to Westerveld, who controls the ball on the edge of his area and will now clear, and he'll reach the Arsenal half. Keown jumping with Heskey once more, taken well on the chest by Heskey, and a little foul by Keown. Free kick to Liverpool, almost halfway inside the Arsenal half, down the centre of the field, and Haman will step forward once more. It was that sort of range, of course, when he beat Seaman at Wembley, but this time he takes it short. Gerrard now, poor ball by Gerrard, easily cut out by Cole. Cole on to Pires. Pires with Henry on the outside. Lovely quick feet from Thierry Henry, getting away from Gerrard and Babel. Henry again, I don't know what he was trying to do there. Hit it straight towards Wiltord. There was no way he was going to get that one. Once more, Westerveld picks up the loose ball in the penalty area.
It's gone a bit defensive. I think the game has actually gone a bit defensive in the last sort of 10 minutes. There's very few players really looking to join the front players in attack. The midfield players just one at a time going, as opposed to two or three, really supporting the front players. Consequently, people like Henry, Wiltord, Owen and Heskey having to go it alone a little bit.
Best chance of the game so far. Henry missed it, and Liverpool haven't really created a direct opportunity yet in the game, as Carragher now shovels the ball down the left-hand side. Smitzer very quiet so far up against Lee Dixon, and he's won the corner kick. He's done very well there, Vladimir Smitzer. Corner kick to Liverpool, something out of nothing certainly, and now a chance for Huppier to go forward. And what usually happens here, and it's very dangerous, it's like Jack Charlton used to do for Leeds in the 60s. Huppier normally just stands in front of the goalkeeper. Corner kick to Liverpool over on the far side of the field. Smitzer to take it. Huppier standing just in front of David Seaman. Michael Owen looking for a knock-on. Babel's gone forward as well. Haman lurking on the edge of the area. In it comes, Seaman's missed it, and cleared by Pires, but the whistle's gone, presumably for a foul. Didn't see it myself. Free kick to Arsenal.
Yeah, he seemed to go for the ball, and Steve Dunn was blowing very quickly. It was a ball knocked in from the left-hand side. There was two or three players. I think he went for it, and I think he missed it. But there we go. Free kick to Arsenal. I think just at this moment, I think you're right about Liverpool. I think they're just lacking a little bit of construction in the middle of the field to me, and there's not much support really when the ball's knocked over the top. And we've been watching people like Heskey and Owen have run out to the flanks, but there's been nothing there behind them when they've actually got the ball.
Henry made his way to the left-hand side, instinctively knowing Seaman's kick would be aimed towards him, but then Wiltord gets into trouble, and Liverpool try to escape, and Dixon's just taken Smitzer out of the game, and that's a free kick to Liverpool inside the centre circle. Haman knocks it to his fellow German Babel. They'll both be in Germany, of course, on Wednesday with Liverpool in the UEFA Cup. You'll hear that on 5 Live. Now Babel down the line to Murphy. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0 in the cup final still, and we've 10 minutes left in the first half, and it's just as tight as we thought it would be.
Interesting, Mike. I was just looking, we played 35 minutes now, and David Seaman really hasn't had a shot to save so far. Nothing really too much gone towards him. Did a couple of long distance efforts, one very good one from a man that was blocked, but nothing really much, and that just be causing Gerard Houllier a little bit of concern, I would have thought, at this moment.
Now Liverpool play it from right to left across the pitch to Carragher, but he can't go forward. Lundberg's closing him down well, and Sami Huppier's there. That's a long left-footed ball by Huppier, which Martin Keown's anticipating, and again it just trickles away disappointingly for a goal kick to Arsenal. They've only met before today in the FA Cup once since that 1971 final, and in those days they just used to keep playing on, and they played 4 times eventually. They settled the semi-final back in 1980 when Brian Talbot got the winner at Coventry for Arsenal, and Arsenal went on to lose the final against Trevor Brooking and West Ham. Here, with just under 10 minutes left in the first half, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool have got the much better record against Arsenal in recent years. It's Thierry Henry who should have scored, tries to flick the ball onto Pires. Murphy just nudges it out of play. Henry, if you weren't with us earlier, actually went round Westerveld, and then from the angle couldn't find the target.
I think it was very difficult to tell off the replay even, but his shot seemed to hit the post, and then it caught Onshaw on the elbow and went away. But it was the best chance, certainly.
Cole onto Pires, left-hand side. It's all a little slow and predictable, though, and Liverpool have got everybody back inside their own half. Grimondi just coaxes the ball back to Keown, short of the halfway line. Keown lines up his options, and then nothing sort of ball really towards Thierry Henry, and Babel just lets that one bounce. and will measure a clearance for Liverpool towards Heskey on the halfway line. He won't get it though. Adams is in there first. Header on by Vieira. Carragher's appealing for offside. The game continues though. Ljungberg deserting his right-sided position. Finds Dixon, who's in that more authentic right-sided position now. Wiltord's waiting. The ball is played short to Ljungberg. Ljungberg onto Grimondi. Grimondi centre of the field. Slants it towards us down this near side to Ashley Cole. Cole now onto Henry, edge of the area. 2 Liverpool players up against Henry. Back again to Ashley Cole. Wiltord, Ljungberg, Pires, all inside the penalty area. It's not coming in though. And it's really summing up the game. It's cagey stuff, cat and mouse stuff. Ball out of play once more. Arsenal throw-in. Back to Pires. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0 in the cup final. Pires now running across the field with the ball, taking Haman with him. Wiltord doesn't control it. All played too quickly though on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. But a poor clearance by Liverpool. And Vieira's header now tries to find Pires down the right-hand side. Just keeps it in. Pires now onto Freddie Ljungberg. Across comes Haman. Ljungberg turning with Didi Haman. Still Ljungberg twisting and turning over on the touchline. On good play from Ljungberg onto Grimondi. Grimondi thought about the cross, and in the end he didn't get the cross in. That's gone behind the dead ball line for a goal kick to Liverpool. That was poor play in the end.
Well, Arsenal are what I would call calling the shots at the moment. What they're doing, they're actually pushing Liverpool back, but Liverpool have really found everything what they've had to do at the back. There's a good challenge there, first of all from Carragher, then from Haman, after they've been beaten. But I think Arsenal, just passing the ball around a little more confidently.
7 minutes to go in the first half, and this time Arsenal don't clear it, but the referee just gets in the way there before Smitser can pounce for Liverpool. Smitser still dribbling well though for his side. In the end he gives it back to Carragher, the left back, over on the far side. Now into central midfield. Haman though has to go backwards. Finds Stefan Oncho back inside his own half. Across the central defence it goes to Sami Hyypiä, and then Gerrard helps it across to the far side of the field, just kept in by Carragher. Smitser against Dixon, and Dixon sticking tight to Smitser. Smitser though still continues with the ball. Onto Danny Murphy, just didn't run for Murphy though. Adams was there away to Pires. Great defending by both sides, and now Robert Pires once more. Pires onto Wiltord. Wiltord has got Ljungberg on the outside. Ljungberg's got it, faced by Steven Gerrard. Ljungberg still holds. Wiltord's available down that right-hand side. Back again to Ljungberg. Again only Henry though downfield. Ljungberg back again to Wiltord down the right-hand side. Ashley Cole's gone into the area. Ball still with Sylvain Wiltord onto his left foot. Doesn't get the cross in. Up against Carragher. And Carragher's done well, the defender. And Carragher's avoided the corner kick as well. It's a goal kick to Liverpool.
Well, what happened there really has typified the last sort of quarter of an hour to me. Arsenal in possession of the ball, Liverpool finding a defender there. Carragher stuck at it and stuck at it and stuck at it, and he actually won a goal kick in the end.
St Johnstone 2, Dundee United 0 in Scotland, and for the neutral at the moment, Jimmy, it's not a spectacle, this cup final.
No, but it's the interest factor, isn't it? As much as anything, for the sets of fans here, they come to see their team win the cup. So there's terrific interest from that point of view, and it's that sort of game. It's a cagey game, of course, because you've got two pretty evenly matched sides, strong at the back, and neither side at the moment being too committed to go forward.
A game in which chances really have to be taken. There are going to be few of them, and Henry's missed the only real chance of this first half, and will Arsenal live to regret it? Liverpool again just cagily bringing the ball forward.
It's warm on the field as well, Mike. I think it's just sort of taking its toll a little bit just as we're coming towards half-time.
The big Hyypiä, the captain in the absence of Fowler and Redknapp, onto Heskey. Heskey now to Smitser over on the left-hand side. Preferred to Patrick Berger in the starting lineup. Smitser still sorting himself out up against Ljungberg now and Grimondi. Needs help, finds Carragher, so good in that left-sided defensive position this season for Liverpool. There's talk though, of course, of Lizarazu coming to Liverpool, and now Liverpool change the direction and find Oncho onto Gerrard. Gerrard can't get the ball past Pires, and the ball falls kindly to Thierry Henry. Henry onto Wiltord, centre circle, just didn't come onto him as quickly as he wanted though. Wiltord, again a slow build-up from Arsenal from midfield though. Ljungberg again drifting in field, and the initial promise of this move has lost its sparkle. Pires again, Pires against Murphy, good challenge from Murphy. Ashley Cole picks up the loose ball, feeds Grimondi on the halfway line. Ljungberg just taps it back into his own half to Adams, and Adams spreads the play, and Dixon now wants the ball over on the right-hand side. Still Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. We haven't had the physios on in the first half, so there shouldn't be a lot of added time. Maybe just one token minute from Stephen Dunn. Tony Adams onto Ashley Cole, 0-0. Ashley Cole, this would be a good time now for either of these two sides to score. Right on half-time, it's Pires. Back again to Cole. Such a slow build-up here from Arsenal. And now Grimondy, everybody apart from Heskey back behind the ball. Grimondy's long ball, Henry's given offside. Whistle's just gone as Henry thought he was going to cut through. And it's now St Mirren 1, Aberdeen 1 in Scotland. Jimmy.
Yes, and I think the Liverpool fans behind Westerveld's goal will be quietly relieved at that. It was a nice little chip forward by Grimondy, and Henry must have just gone a little bit early, chesting it down on the left-hand side, but the Lions were in a very good position.
Westerveld prepares to take this kick. Free kick it was, 5 yards outside the penalty area. Hits it long, another typical towering leap from Martin Keown. And then Ljungberg seemed to be held off over on the far side. And Arsenal are going to have a free kick still back inside their own half. Gerard Houllier. Yeah, this is interesting. He's coming off the bench and he's making that signal, which usually means, come on, get up a gear or two here, lads. He's trying to lift his side up, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I think it's the midfield area too, you know, which he'll be a little bit concerned about. I think he's one or two people thinking about coming on. McAllister's one, quite clearly looking across there. You know, he's got one or two options. He's got Berger as well, of course. But it'd be interesting to see, you know, what he's thinking about at the break.
Well, I think, Alan's just drawing my attention to the fact that McAllister's going through a lot of exercises inside that tunnel area at the moment. The ball, though, is with Arsenal. Cross comes in from Ljungberg. Very difficult ball for Babel to take that one inside the penalty area. My word, he had to get that one right, and he just drops it safely out of play for an Arsenal throw-in. And so a lot of stretching, exercising going on from Gary McAllister, and Liverpool perhaps need his flair in midfield in this game. The ball is back again with Adams on the halfway line. It's just a little bit laborious at the moment, a little bit workmanlike from both sides. The ball is with Grimondy. On to Dixon, just inside the Liverpool half. Dixon over to Freddie Ljungberg. Arsenal at the moment more of an attacking threat. Liverpool more or less in the last 10-15 minutes or so counter-attacking, and with quite a few long balls. Keown now down the centre, too high for Wiltord. Away by Stefan Oncho. Oh, and the whistle's gone for a foul by Heskey. And Vieira's taken the free kick very quickly. He's played it into a crowded area. Wiltord can't find Ashley Cole. It's a great challenge on the ground from Marcus Babel. Babel's going to try and run the ball clear here. And he's been fouled by Ashley Cole.
Yes, it was a foul. I mean, it was good play by Babel, that. It was a very good clearance just a moment ago when the ball came across from the right. He just sort of helped it on the volley. Difficult ball for a defender, that. He's got to get it right, as you said, Mike. But we're looking across there. McAllister is warming up in the tunnel over there. Sometimes, you know, the crafty players, you know, that's a way of a signal to tell the coach, I'm ready to come on.
Well, I mean, presumably for the second half, he's not going to come on now. We've got 25 seconds of normal time, and we'll try and pick out in the sunshine the fourth official's sign over on the far side, but I can't believe it'll be more than a minute of added time. Long ball now from Liverpool, and an easy catch for David Seaman, who really, Jim, David Seaman, I mean, he's had nothing to do at all, really, has he?
No, he hasn't. He just had that one awkward cross that he came out to, you know, that he missed completely. But here's the signal, Mike, for the time factor.
Can't see it from here, can you? I've gone in the eye. I think it's a minute, isn't it?
One.
That has to be right. 1 minute, which is pretty standard, really, when you haven't had the physios on at all. So 1 minute of added time, and we have just moved into that now here in Cardiff. Half-time, Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Looks like that's going to be the scoreline. Marcus Babel, last chance maybe for either of these two teams. Good control from Babel down the right-hand side. Babel's ball in the area, asking an awful lot of Heskey and Murphy. Wasn't well laid off there by Babel, and he knew it as well. And it's a goal kick once more to Seaman away to our right.
Well, those old campaigners at the back for Arsenal have looked very good. You know, the three of them there, and young Ashley Cole as well. But the three in front of him, Dixon, Keown and Adams, look very strong. They've protected Seaman very well. It's been very difficult for Owen and Heskey in this first half.
And there goes the half-time whistle at the Millennium Stadium. Seaman applauds the Arsenal fans away to our right-hand side. We've seen this many times over the years. He got off to a really promising start, Jimmy, didn't it? We didn't get the early goal, though, and then it just fell into a rather predictable pattern.
Yes, and I think the conditions, you know, have something to do with that. I've always believed that, you know, it's very hot. You know, it is warm down on the field today. Then it does take its effect on the game itself as the half progresses. A little bit of player fatigue comes into it. But I thought Arsenal shaded that first half. I thought there was much more progression in their play. And I think at this moment in time, Gerard Houllier will be trying to sort his midfield out, because there's been very little or no support to the two front players who've had to really chase long balls, and it's been very difficult. Arsenal's defence has looked very strong.
Well, this is the point really where I need Stuart Hall, because the half-time score is Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0.
You're listening to Sports World in the BBC World Service. We'll be back at the Millennium Stadium in good time for the second half of the Cup final. No goals so far in Cardiff. We've also got plenty of other sports events to tell you about, Formula One, cricket and tennis, for example.
We're underway. And Liverpool will be attacking the end to our left, behind which is the River Taff here in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. And here's Gerrard. And Liverpool certainly need to show more adventure in this second half. Babel on the right side, but Gerrard's pass was overhit, and it's out of play. I agree with Jan Molby, Jimmy. I think McAllister will be on, probably for Murphy within 5 or 10 minutes. I didn't understand the selection of Murphy in the first place.
Well, I think they really haven't been attacking, from an attacking point of view, really. Murphy or Smith really hasn't really got into the game so far. And I'm sure, Gerard Houllier has talked a little bit about that, during the break. They've got to try and get these two into the game. We'll give them a period, see if they can have any effect.
Grimondi caught by Haman, who'd slipped from a previous challenge, and it's a free kick to Arsenal inside their own half. It's been interesting, but I've got to say it's another of these dull finals. So let's hope the second half livens up enormously. The ball is with Tony Adams, Arsenal skipper. Inside his own half, still short of the centre circle. Now he moves forward and he clips it right-footed towards Ashley Cole down the left. Played back by Cole to Wiltord, and now here's Perez. On to Ashley Cole again, level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. He's tackled by Babel, ball goes out of play, and it's a throw-in to Arsenal. Arsenal attacking the end behind which the bulk of their supporters are. Cole in the sunshine on the far side. And in the sunshine, it's very hot here in Cardiff. The throw-in goes to Wiltord. Wiltord with a man close by. Wiltord's done well, and then he must have overrun that ball, surely. Finally, the linesman raises his flag, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool.
A bit tight there, even for Wiltord. He's got terrific pace, terrific acceleration. He got past a couple of the challenges, but he just couldn't keep it in play. I would have thought the important thing for Liverpool, really, was to try and get the ball, pass it around a little bit in the central area of the field. Try and get the feel of it a little bit better than they did in the first half. That's what I would have said to if I'd have been Gerard Houllier at the break.
You're listening to the World Service at 5 Live in the BBC. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0 on the Cup final. The FA Cup final. Was that a little nudge by Keonan Owen? Owen regained his footing, and now he's got Ashley Cole to battle with on the far side. And even though the linesman indicated it was a throw-in, the referee Steve Dunn saw some tugging by Cole and Owen and awards a free kick to Liverpool.
I think the referee's right. It was a free kick. I thought it was really a bit of immaturity really from Cole there to give a free kick away in that situation.
Now Murphy is going to take this from the right, and Hope and Babel are inside the penalty area. Played in deep. Heskey with a header. Great save by Seaman. Should have been 1-0 Liverpool. Good reflex action from the England goalkeeper. And now Hope just right in the penalty area. Seemed to foul an Arsenal player. At least maybe he didn't think it was a foul at all, but it has been given. Free kick to Arsenal, but chance for Liverpool.
Yes, well, the free kick came in there, and for the first time, really, Heskey got free of Keown. He got the header in, all right. It was a bit difficult for him because he was under a little bit of pressure. Seaman, who's had to make his first real save there. Just a warning for Arsenal, but it's a good save, very important save.
Well, actually, the Heskey header, in retrospect, was probably too close to be a big problem, but you've got to keep them out. Ball's on the halfway line with Vieira, and Vieira, he was tackled by Owen, Vieira, and the referee decides that's a foul and a free kick.
Yes, he's giving it for pushing, if there's anything, but there we go. Vieira went down. Referee Steve Dunn was only about 5 paces away.
Here's Perez for Arsenal. After that free kick, and doesn't control it, and Haman latches it over the halfway line. Adams heads it in the sunshine, out of play, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool.
Just shows all the ball that Arsenal had in the first half there, and Liverpool could easily have been ahead. Just one moment, really, indecision. Keown couldn't get to it. Heskey got the header in, and Seaman saved his team.
I know you say, Jimmy, about Arsenal, but actually Liverpool had more shots than Arsenal in the first half. 2 each on target, and 2 off targets from Liverpool, 1 off target from Arsenal. Yeah, so despite it, they don't get enough pleasure in the penalty area, Arsenal, when they're playing away from home. Well, and this is away from home for them.
Yeah, they just had a lot of possession, really, and they seem to be carrying more of a threat. Although, to be fair, it never really came. there wasn't that much went at Westerveld's goal if you take it as well.
Babel to Haman. It's getting a little bit aggressive out there, and he's brought down by Ljungberg. Free kick to Liverpool. Short of the halfway line. We played nearly 5 minutes in the second half. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Carragher for Liverpool in their away strip of gold shirts with blue flashes, navy flashes, navy shorts. Arsenal, of course, in red and white. Now it's with Onshaw. On to Murphy. He's got a little bit of room inside right challenge. Played it behind Heskey, and Kyung with the back pass to Seaman. And Murphy likes to come in from the flank, so he doesn't really provide width. That's up to Smitzer down the left-hand side. Onshaw heads Seaman's clearance back to the halfway line. Vieira juggles with the ball and plays it to the left to Ashley Cole. Cole onto Wiltord. Back to Cole and to Perez, who's tackled and fouled from behind by Haman. That definitely is a free kick.
Yes, might have been a yellow card, that, but he's let it go. Nice little interchange down the left-hand side by Arsenal, and Haman came in from behind. Perez is he's on his feet.
And it's going to be a free kick to be taken by Ashley Cole. Wiltord and Henry lurk around the edge of the penalty area. Played short to Perez. Perez into Vieira. On to the edge of the penalty. Headed to Wiltord. Wiltord shot blocked by Babel, and it's behind for a corner.
Well, that was a very slick move from Arsenal. Lovely touch on by Henry, and Wiltord got onto the volley as well, and Babel, who's I think he's played well so far, Babel, and he just blocked it. It's gone off for a corner kick.
He's played in the last 3 German Cup finals as Marcus Babel for Bayern Munich, and here in his second successive Cup final in England for Liverpool. Corner to Arsenal in front of their fans, away to our right. Perez to take it. Adams jockeying for position. So too is Vieira and Kyung. Played indeed towards Tony Adams. Festival's nowhere. And then Vieira heads the ball. Kyung heads it down. Edge of the penalty area. Wiltord slips as he tried to take on Onshaw, and Onshaw just allows the ball to trickle behind for a goal kick.
I think it's, in a very tight match like this, it's very important, really, defenders, keep the discipline at corner kicks, free kicks, and so on. Another opportunity there could have come across, but in the end it just fizzled out because Wiltord slipped.
Westerveld took that goal kick very hurriedly, and Arsenal have the ball back now on the far side with Thierry Henry, left of the Liverpool penalty, moving infield and brought down. And that's a free kick against a challenge by Stefan Onshaw.
Yes, it was lovely play by Henry. Just dipped his shoulder there. It was just a bit of a drag back more than anything else by Onshaw, but it's about 6 yards outside the box, very close to the touchline.
Robert Perez to take the free kick for Arsenal. Here it comes. Right footed chipped in. Westerveld punches when he should have caught it, perhaps. But the punch is clear of the penalty area, and now it's with Haman, who plays it cleverly off Ljungberg, out of play for a throw into Liverpool.
The important thing is for the goalkeeper there, he got it away as much as anything else. He got his fist onto the ball, but he got it away, and Liverpool have managed to scramble it.
It started at a terrific pace, the game, Jimmy, but not so now. I see Patrick Berger is out running around, joining Gary McAllister behind David Seaman's goal, and Cal is one of the Arsenal substitutes limbering up at the moment. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Schmitzer for Liverpool. Back to Gerrard, who started brightly and then has gone quiet. Good pass to the far side, though, to Babel, and Babel tackled by Cole, but wins the ball. Babel moves in field now. He's tackled and loses it to Vieira. Vieira onto Wiltord. Wiltord down the far side. Gerrard tracking him back. Wiltord cutting in field. Gives it to Freddie Ljungberg. 30 yards out. No room for the shot there. Tackled by Haman and by Hupia. Ball breaks to Perez. Edge of the penalty area. Now running into the penalty area. Perez has the ball. Perez takes on Carragher. Carragher does well. Cuts his foot in and diverts it behind for a corner.
That was very good play by Arsenal, particularly by Perez, switching from left to right, but Carragher kept his feet. Did extremely well there. He had to time that tackle absolutely perfectly. Could easily be one of those where you miss the ball and get the player, but he got the ball. Corner kick.
It's all red behind Westerveld's goal, the Arsenal red, as Perez takes the corner. Right-footed, chipped in, headed away by Hupia for Liverpool, and dropping to Robert Perez again. Gerrard comes out to beat him, but Perez crosses the ball in again. Dive by Henry towards the ball, didn't make contact. Cleared by Liverpool, collected by Cole. Nice little spell this for Arsenal. Back to Dixon. Dixon chips it towards Perez. Perez heads it onto the penalty area, and the call from Westerveld to Hupia says, leave it to me.
It looked a good ball, really, when it was played out there, but it's very difficult to head on to get the ball towards your own place from all that distance out wide.
Here's Onshaw for Liverpool. to the Liverpool captain, Hopia. And Hopia leaves it to Haman. We played nearly 10 minutes of the second half in a sun-drenched Cardiff, the Millennium Stadium. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Back to Hopia. And not enough movement up front from Liverpool. Hopia's pass to Schmitzer was awful. And won by Grimondi and taken up by Freddie Ljungberg, running down the right-hand side. Haman's back there to help out Carragher. Ljungberg still has the ball. Haman gets in and wins it, and then Ljungberg fouls him. That's a free kick.
Yes, and that's been typical of what's happened throughout a lot of this game, particularly in the last 20 minutes of the first half and in this early period of the second half, where the player breaks from midfield and he's outnumbered. He's no chance of getting through there, Ljungberg. A bit of frustration in the end, gave away a free kick. I can only imagine with the heat and the pace of the game and so on, and because of the actual involvement, with it being the FA Cup final, you've got to think that there will be substitutions in this match.
Westerveld takes the free kick. He can see himself taking it on the giant screen behind Seaman's goal. Headed away by Keown for Arsenal. To Perez, and Perez on to Wiltord. Inside Liverpool territory now. Onshow close by. Wiltord retreats, and then that's a good little pass to Perez. Wiltord's available on the left side, but instead the ball is aimed at Henry, diverted away by Hopia, and Liverpool counter-attack. Schmitzer, he's got Owen and Heskey with him. Oh, good tackle by Vieira. Excellent challenge. Winning the ball off Schmitzer. And now an exchange of passes between Vieira and Perez, and it's taken up by Henry. Wiltord's furthest forward. Henry cuts in field, backheels the ball to Vieira, and now wide to the right to Ljungberg, into Vieira again. Cole's in a good place on the far side to Perez. Arsenal dominating this second half so far. To Henry, 30 yards from goal. He's juggling the ball beautifully. Now it breaks to Perez. Perez into the penalty area. Henry's onside, is he? Out comes Westerveld, he makes the save. Half cleared, cleared off the line by Arsenal's own player. It was Henry who cleared it. As Ashley Cole scored a shot goalwards in Henry. Or even Henry.
Well, it was what a chance that was. The ball actually went past, and Hopia was there too as well on the line.
No, it was Hopia, not Henry.
Yes, Hopia was the man on the goal line. He was the man who saved it, but really Wiltord should have buried that. When the ball broke to him there, after it had gone past Westerveld, and the rebound came over, and the shot came in from Wiltord, I thought he should have buried it. He side-footed it. Hopia got back on the line and saved Liverpool.
I think it was actually Cole, by the way, Jimmy. Cole got the chance. Yeah, Cole. Don't worry, I got the clearance wrong. It's all right. 1-1.
Well, all that matters is it was cleared off the line.
It was. By Hopia. There's a foul by Murphy. Free kick to Arsenal, who are definitely in the ascendancy at the moment. Forward it goes to Henry. Henry's tackled again, and some mad challenges going in there. And then the referee spots something. I don't know what the decision is. Is it a foul on Haman or a foul by Haman? It's going to be a yellow card, is it? Yes, reaching into his right pocket. And Dietmar Haman's going to be the first player booked in the 2001 Cup final.
Yes, he'd already had a word with him over the foul on the halfway line earlier. Anyway, there it was. It's going to be a free kick about 15 yards outside the box to the left. Arsenal at this moment, as Alan's just told you, they're in the ascendancy again.
Which is why McAllister's going to come on very shortly. Being spoken to at the moment by Gerard Houllier, and he still hasn't got his goal shirt on, but he will have soon. 13 minutes played in the second half. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Shot driven in. What a waste. What a waste from Thierry Henry. What was the point of that?
It was a brave attempt. Anyway, there
Sorry,
it is.
Brave, did you say? I would have used the word stupid. From that range and that angle,
he's got a big
clearance.
But it's an amazing series of events, really. And the ball, when the ball actually went past Westerveld, and it came to Cole, and he got his left foot onto it, and it was going in, definitely, no question about that. And Hopia was the man on the line, got his left foot to it, just enough, and Liverpool scrambled it away. And they need to do something now, and, well, that's the reason, I think, for McAllister standing on the sideline.
Oh, well, that was surely a foul by Babel and Perez, but the referee waved play on. Vieira to Perez on the far side, and the next time the ball goes dead, McAllister will be on. Vieira to Ljungberg, and Ljungberg lifts it further forward, but beyond Henry, and out comes Westerveld. He gathers it. Now, who would you take off? I'd take off Murphy. Who would you take off?
Yes, well, they can take either Murphy or Schmitzer, because neither of them can get in the game as an attacking player at the present time, but I think that's I think that's the possibility.
Carragher on to Heskey, midway inside the Arsenal half. Heskey holds off Adam. Heskey runs in field. Adams is fouling him, and then it's played in towards Owen. And I'll tell you what, the referee might have given a free kick there.
Yes, and just a bit of a tug coming back. A bit better from Liverpool.
Vieira on to Grimondi. Grimondi to the halfway line, and Lundberg. And maybe as the players are getting a little bit tired, we're nearly an hour through this game and all this heat, it's going to open up a little bit. And Grimondi, Scripia shouted that ball to go behind. Grimondi went in with a silly challenge, but here comes McAllister, and I can't see in the light which number's being held up, but it's got to be Murphy. Hammam! Wow, I'm amazed. Absolutely amazed.
So he's going to change the formation. I would have thought he may do.
No, he has to leave the formation the way it is, Jimmy.
Not necessarily. I wonder whether at first when he might have put Gerrard out onto the right-hand side, bring McAllister in with Murphy. But he hasn't done it. I thought he might have done that.
No, he hasn't changed the formation at all.
No, I just thought it might have given him a little bit of mobility down the right-hand side. There we go.
Well, I was surprised at Murphy's selection, and I'm amazed that he's being retained. But maybe he'll score the winner for Liverpool. Here's Babel on the far side. His play resumes, and McAllister, who's been the man of the last few weeks for Liverpool, is on as substitute. On it goes to Owen. Owen spins, but loses control of the ball in the same moment. A moment, and Cole clears over the halfway line. On show for Liverpool. To Murphy, and Murphy hustled out of it. It wasn't a great ball, but here's Arsenal, and it's 4 against 3 here. Henry, it must be offside against Perez. A very foolish play by Robert Perez. You know, he could look along the line of the few people who are in that Liverpool defence, and it was silly being beyond them.
Well, he just went a little bit too early there. You know, if he'd just held off, that was a great opportunity, because the Liverpool lost possession on the halfway line. It wasn't a good ball that was played to Murphy, and it broke down. And if Perez had just stayed onside, 4 on 3 there, they really had a great opportunity. No, but my thoughts, Alan, were about McAllister, you know, saying, see, they'll put Gerrard now, I think, in a man's role. And I think sometimes, you know, if you sometimes put him out on the right, he gets a bit more room, I think, sometimes to play free. There we go.
Clearance upfield by Bestival. McAllister jumps, drops to Heskey. Heskey back to Carragher. And Carragher on to Schmitzer, and Schmitzer takes on Dixon, beats him. Lundberg's back there, and Lundberg with a crude challenge on Schmitzer, and that should be a yellow card.
Yep.
He's going to book him, definitely.
Yeah. He's spilling book out here, Steve.
Oh, but he knows. He knows.
He's pulled him back, yeah, because Schmitzer actually, what he did, he ran across him as well, which made it all the more difficult for Ljungberg. There we go.
Well, a key influence in Liverpool's recent run of success has been McAllister's delivery from free kicks, either directly on goal or in terms of a free kick like this, which is wide on the left-hand side. Hupia makes the run to the near post. McAllister flicks it in, and it's headed away by Grimondi out of play. Throw into Liverpool.
Something sometimes just takes him 2 or 3 minutes to get into the scenario of just coming on as a substitute. It's not easy.
McAllister's throw in to Schmitzer, and Schmitzer runs forward, and he's done well. Created room down the left, and as he crossed Grimondi's foot, diverted it behind for a Liverpool corner. At the Liverpool fans' end now, and that's why you can hear all that noise.
Yeah, so McAllister will be the man who's going to deliver this as well.
Right, well, he put his left arm forward, and I've watched Liverpool so much of late, that usually means near post for Hupia to head on. Left arm aloft, we'll see. It is to the near post, and in goes Hupia, heads it on, and headed away by Grimondi.
Great header away by Grimondi, because it was a nice flick on by Hupia, and Owen was running behind him, but Grimondi was there.
You watch it, Jim. 2 arms aloft means a deeper corner. But what I can never understand is, if I can see this, why can't the opposition see it all the time? Anyway, Schmitzer comes forward for Liverpool, and Schmitzer runs forward and leaves the ball behind him, and Lundberg takes it clear for Arsenal. Henry's on the halfway line. Lundberg moves in field and then plays it back to Martin Keown. We played 18.5 minutes of the second half, and it remains Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. And it's a brighter second half. Perez to Lundberg. Do you think it's because they're tiring a little bit?
Yes, well, you would expect, 1 or 2 spaces starting to appear, but if you look at the game, basically, Alan, we've played an hour now over, been very few shots at goal. Very few.
Well, we've only really had the 2 chances. One for Arsenal, for Henry, which he certainly should have scored, and then the Heskey header in the second half, which seemed insane. Cole. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about Cole. That was another chance.
That was the best chance of the match for me.
Of course it was. Hopefully off the line from Ashley Cole. It's forward for Liverpool to Owen. Owen controls it well, holding off Keown. Plays it back to Gerrard. Gerrard now to Carragher. And certainly, of the two teams, Liverpool would certainly not want extra time. Not with the UEFA Cup final coming up in Dortmund on Wednesday night. You'll hear the whole of that in 5 Live. Good ball forward to Heskey. Heskey tries to flick it to Murphy. It didn't quite come off. And a rampaging run by Patrick Vieira. Ready-made 50 yards on towards Wiltord. Good anticipation by Vesterveld out of his penalty area. And the clearance upfield. And Cole has to be careful here. Oh, Cole was pulled back by Heskey according to the linesman. And it's a free kick to Arsenal.
Well, he'd let it go, Steve Dunn, because the ball fell for Cole in the end, but didn't look too much trouble to me.
Here's Vieira again. Vieira approaching the Liverpool penalty. Into the Liverpool penalty area. Vesterveld out, but Wiltord runs the ball behind. That's going to be a goal kick.
Just slightly over it. Well, that was a much better passage of play. The booing you can hear there is aimed at the referee for the supposed foul, Heskey on Cole, but I think Cole actually lost his bearings there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was a bit surprised at that decision anyway.
What's that mean? He can't change his boots when it's a goal kick like that. Come on.
Well, he's letting him. That's exactly what's happening.
I don't think Mr. Dunn will worry about half-time, about extra time if he have it. He hasn't got far to go.
No. But Liverpool wouldn't want it.
No.
And Arsenal will take it if necessary.
Yep.
And Mike Ingham forecast it days ago. He thought it was going to be extra time.
It wouldn't surprise me, Alan, Macy, that unless he can get Spitzer into the game soon, I would have thought, we could have seen Berger. Really, I think if he doesn't get into it soon.
Well, Berger has been limbering up for as long as Gary McAllister. Berger for Spitzer would be the next natural change. Clearance finally by Vesterveld. Adams heads it away, and Spitzer heads it back to Carragher. Carragher, right-footed, hits it down the Liverpool left touchline. Oh, Dixon slips, and very unfortunately, it comes off his knee, out of play for a Liverpool throw. He just was looking around to see if there were any Liverpool players in the vicinity. There weren't, actually. But Liverpool have a throw-in. Carragher to take it, and Carragher throws it back to Gerrard. Gerrard to Hupia. Hupia into Gerrard again, just left of the centre circle. Gerrard looking to hit it crossfield towards Babel. Good crossfield pass towards to Marcus Babel, who controls it, slips it in towards Gary McAllister, just ahead of the Scot, and through it goes to David Seaman.
Yeah, the intention was very good. It was just slightly overhit there, but Keown was completely in control there. And to be fair, he hasn't missed much in this match, Keown. Just that one incident where he lost out on the header, and Heskey got the header on and Seaman saved, but he was there shielding that ball away.
Oh, great control by Henry. Henry's left on show for dead, and then it hits Hupia. Rebound to Lumber. Lumber chipped the goal. Was Hupia off the line again. Dropping to Henry in the volley. Played infield. On show. Hits it away, and Hupia clears. So twice off the line from Hupia.
Yes, he did very well, Hupia, there. He really did. You could see it coming, though, because the goalkeeper rushing out, it made it very difficult for Ljungberg, and he tried to chip it, so he read it. And
now it's Heskey upfield, but Adams with too much nice. He finds Cole. On it goes to Vieira. Arsenal the better team at the moment, but they haven't scored yet. Midway through the second half of the cup final. Here's Mike.
And still full of energy and full of running is Patrick Vieira. He's having a storming second half. I agree that it is a much better second half. But on the balance now, Jim, the team playing in red today should be in front.
Well, on the balance, oh yes, I would say they've been the better team. I don't think anybody inside the ground will dispute that. But you've got to get the ball in the back of the net, and when it's like this, Liverpool are quite capable of getting the first goal.
Well, Oncho just manages to reach and get a foot in. The ball is still bouncing around inside the Liverpool half over on the far side. Heskey's kept it in, and now Murphy immediately closed down by Pires and Ashley Cole. Murphy still scrapping away, but he's lost the ball. A neat little turn from Wiltord, manages to avoid the referee. Finds Pires, who's sitting in the centre of midfield. Pires tried to play in Dixon down the right-hand side. The ball was too short. And now Liverpool may be dangerous on the counter-attack. Carragher floats it forward. Smitzer's there. Grimondi's back. Smitzer's got no support at all at the moment. Michael Owen arrives behind him. Owen on the edge of the penalty area, faced by Vieira and Grimondi. Owen still manages to retain possession. He's got Smitzer with him still on the left-hand side. McAllister's now in the penalty area. But Liverpool have to hold. They don't get the ball into the area. They knock it across square to Danny Murphy. Murphy now back again to Michael Owen down this left-hand side. Lovely first touch from Michael Owen. Owen against Dixon in the penalty area. Owen cuts in and then with his right foot drives it to the far post. Almost missed at the far post by Arsenal. Babel nearly sneaked in down that right-hand side. A poor hurried clearance by Arsenal. Long ball played in again by Danny Murphy. Dixon drops it, lets it drop, wants it to go over the line. It hasn't done yet, so Dixon has to play it and eventually finds touch. So suddenly a good retaliation by Liverpool. But it's still Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. This is 5 Live and BBC World Service. The Cup Final live from the Millennium Stadium. Still waiting for a first goal in the first Cup Final outside England. Throw-in to be taken by Jamie Carragher. The referee's not happy. Something going on in the area involving Keown and Heskey. 20 minutes to go of normal time. Remember, we had a penalty shootout in the other Cup Final played in the stadium, the League Cup Final, which Liverpool won. Throw by Carragher, aimed towards Heskey. Up in the air it goes, and Heskey has a free header. Eventually, it's Pires knocking it strongly out. Gerrard knocks it back in. Arsenal had pushed up, and in the end, Heskey was looking interested, but the ball has gone away from him, and it's a goal kick for Seaman.
Well, the ball came out to Gerrard, who's now playing in the imam role, really. He's just playing behind the other midfield players, coming up to join whenever he can. And there was an opportunity about 30 yards out, and he miscued it, I think. He miscued that ball. I think he had a pop at goal. But it went across, and it could have gone anywhere, but it didn't fall to a Liverpool player.
David Seaman's clearance, and that's gone out of play over on the far side. The last time that Arsenal played an FA Cup tie in Wales, I was there. And they lost to Wrexham under George Graham, of course. And the game continues over on the far side. And a good stretch by Ashley Cole. But no sign yet that Arsene Wenger's going to make a change yet. Ray Parlour possibly to come on soon, maybe for Freddie Ljungberg. So that might be the first Arsenal change. Liverpool have brought on McAllister in the second half of Haman. Now, Martin Keown with a good... Emil Heskey's got a bang on the head. They're having a bit of a set two at the moment, those two. Clearance by Seaman. And now Arsenal bringing it out of defence with Grimond. He can't go forward. Back again to Keown, who'll be hoping, of course, to be named in Sven-Göran Eriksson's England squad for the World Cup game in Greece, also the friendly with Mexico. Look, Arsenal lose their way, and Liverpool have had a better last 3 or 4 minutes. It's Jamie Carragher. Thought about going forward. In the end, gives it back to his keeper away to our right, Sander Westerveld. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Westerveld's ball is kept in over on the far side by Babel in the sunshine. Babel back again to Westerveld, and Westerveld's clearance, that could have gone anywhere. That was a real daisy cutter, and it's back again. It's put his team under pressure. Robert Pires now for Arsenal, charging forward. Ljungberg's there, goes around the goalkeeper and scores for Arsenal. And it all came about as a result of that very poor clearance from Sander Westerveld. Liverpool have been punished. Freddie Ljungberg, who I thought might be about to be replaced here by Ray Parlour, but the man from Sweden with the red streak in his hair has gone round Westerveld, and he's broken the deadlock here in the Cup Final. It's Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0.
Yes, I think in the end it was there was one or two things really that brought it about, but there was a clearance first of all out from the goalkeeper, but it was a nice feed back in, and I must give Ljungberg credit there. He showed a bit of pace, and when it came on, he whipped it out to the left-hand side, and I thought it just for a second gone too far, but he's banged it into the back of the net. Good goal by Ljungberg, and I think Arsenal, on the balance of play, really, have shaded it, definitely.
Liverpool have 17 and a half minutes to respond here. Arsenal go in front. 1-0 they lead. Freddie Ljungberg, and they had been the likeliest scorers, but now Arsenal have to concentrate, and Adams will do that and gets in against Michael Owen. And now Gerard Houllier might be wondering whether to make another change. Maybe sooner or later Robbie Fowler. But the word was that Parlour could well be coming on, and I thought that Ljungberg was the most likely person to come off, but he's now scored. The man from Sweden, who normally does well, of course, playing for Sweden against England. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. Ball played in by Gerrard, headed away by Keown. And, of course, now Liverpool have to penetrate this excellent Arsenal defence. Long one now from Ljungberg, looking for Wiltord over on the far side. And Oncho clears into the crowd over on the far side.
Funny old game, football. Parlour was, he was all ready to come on. And Ljungberg's got the goal. Parlour still stood there, wondering whether his opportunity is going to come or whether it's gone.
Just talking to Steve Bold here, just before I picked up the commentary, he thought that the first change would be Parlour for Ljungberg, and they appeared to be about to make that change when Ljungberg scored, took it well, went round the goalkeeper in the way that Henry should have done in the first half. Now Smitzer, though, for Liverpool, ever dangerous. The ball played in towards Heskey, but they'll have to do better than that. Adams gets in and releases Ljungberg now down the right-hand side. That's a glorious ball into Henry, with only one defender back. Henry goes through, can score. Great save from Westerveld. Henry again, complete miss kick, and it'll be cleared off the line by Uppia. And Henry Henry should have scored second time round. Initially a great save from Westerveld. Wonderful ball by Ljungberg. When it came back to Henry, it should have been 2-0.
Oh, what a chance that was, really. But the game's opened up now. But really, that could have finished it. Really, we'll describe it in a minute because Liverpool are coming forward.
With Babel down the right-hand side. That really could and should have been the second. And that should have been, you would have thought, with 16 minutes to go, enough to win the cup. But it's 1-0 to Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. How many times do we hear that over the years?
You wouldn't have thought that Houpier kicked the ball off Liverpool's line 3 times in one match, would he?
Gary McAllister now. Down the centre, looking for Danny Murphy, who'd made the run. And Murphy's fallen awkwardly with Martin Keown inside the penalty area. Murphy's on his back. Keown is on his back as well. And on for the first time, really, in the game, come the 2 physios. And it's a chance for you, Jim, just to take stock of the situation.
Well, I mean, say, Henry there, what he did, he actually went round Westerveld, the lovely ball through from Ljungberg, but when it came back to him the second time, it looked to me as though he miscued it. He miscued the ball, and really he should have stuck it in the back of the net. It was a wonderful chance. It was a better chance than the one that Cole had before that was cleared off the line, and Houpier was there again just to pick the ball up. And I say, Mike, 3 times now Houpier off Liverpool's line.
Well, while the treatment is still being given to the injured players, we are going to get a change from Arsenal over on the far side, and looks like Wiltord is going off now. Sylvan Wiltord, having just gone in front. Ray Parlour is coming on, and I'm not sure whether that would have been the initial plan, but maybe Arsenal now, having gone in front, Jim, are thinking of really closing it down now.
Well, they've looked pretty close, you know, at the back to me as it is. You know, they've not given much away. And he's done well, Wiltord, I think. He's a busy little lad. He's put himself around a bit. He's tried to give support wherever possible. You know, I think he's done very well. He's worked hard, so it's a pair of fresh legs as much as anything. Parler's come out to the right. Ljungberg now will go further up. You know, he'll get a free rein round to run around. I don't think he's going to take Grimondi off. I thought he might have been a possibility, but he's done well. Grimondi's done a good job.
Berger and Fowler are both going to come on for Liverpool, so it could still be Robbie Fowler's day. Patrick Berger is coming on. Danny Murphy's gone off. We also think that Kanu might come on soon for Arsenal as well, because he's been called as well by Arsene Wenger. So Patrick Berger is coming on for Murphy. And who is Fowler coming on for? We're just waiting to see. Robbie Fowler, the Liverpool captain, will come on for Vladimir Smitsa. Yes. So that's... they are the last changes, of course, that Gerard Houllier can make. McAllister, Fowler and Berger. Great response, great reaction now from the crowd as Robbie Fowler, who of course scored a fantastic goal here in the Worthington Cup final, he comes on, and so Liverpool really going for it now with Heskey, Fowler and Owen.
So Heskey's gone out to the right side now, Berger on the left, and Fowler will be up front alongside Owen. So we'll see whether they can get much more support to the front players, because so far they've had very little really to trouble, I think, anyway. Well, they could have troubled them, but I think strength, due to Arsenal's strength at the back, Adams, Keown, very strong indeed.
Well, Thierry Henry could have put this game beyond Liverpool here. He's missed a couple of great chances. Freddie Ljungberg, though, has scored the goal. And it's Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0. Liverpool have had the upper hand in all the domestic games in the last 5 years, but when it comes to the big one, Arsenal again have risen to the occasion. Long one now from Martin Keown, and Henry is given offside, and that's a free kick to Liverpool. So here in Cardiff, the Red Dragons today are Arsenal so far. They're wearing the red, and they lead by 1-0, and overall they deserve to have that lead. And Freddie Ljungberg now is fouled by Gerrard on the halfway line. Pires shaped to take the kick quickly, but nobody really ready for it, and now Arsenal clearly will try and use up a little bit of time as well. They've got a free kick.
You know that song the supporters sing at Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. They had a gang of them singing that when I was coming in.
And remember, this is the only trophy that Arsenal can win this season, unlike Liverpool still going for the UEFA Cup on Wednesday. This is 5 Live and BBC World Service live from Cardiff. We've got 12 minutes to go in the cup final, and Arsenal have gone in front here through Freddie Ljungberg. Initially a mistake by Westerveld, very poor clearance by the goalkeeper, and Liverpool never really came to terms with it, and eventually excellent little ball through to Ljungberg, who went round Westerveld and finished well. Henry since then has missed a great chance to make it 2-0. Ball is inside the centre circle. Houpier now to Babel. Babel's though veering back towards his own goalkeeper. Gives it back again to Houpier. Liverpool have just brought on Fowler and Berger. Ball now is flicked on by Michael Owen, but Keown is there. Keown and Adams haven't really missed a great deal at the back as usual today for Arsenal. Arsenal's ball straight back again, though, to the men in the goal of Liverpool. Gary McAllister, short of the halfway line, plays the ball through Henry's legs, finds Oncho, and now on to Steven Gerrard. Nothing like as effective in the last half an hour or so in this final Steven Gerrard. Westerveld now running the ball out of the penalty area. Westerveld clears long down the far side. Heskey will jump with Ashley Cole and will easily win the ball, but great challenge by Keown on Michael Owen. And now Vieira faced by McAllister. Ball into Pires, and Pires has completely lost that. And it's a throw to Liverpool over on the far side. He just seemed to take his eye off it.
No, he let it go through his legs. I think he thought there was another player coming behind him.
Babel back to the halfway line to find Oncho. Oncho will just knock it across the centre of his defence and find Huppier, who's now been relieved of the captaincy now that Fowler's come on. Fowler inside the centre circle, back again to Gerrard. Down the centre from Gerrard. Owen away from the defender. Owen in the area. Cross comes Keown, and the big defender Keown did so well there. Closing down Michael Owen before he could untangle his legs and get a shot in goal. And now Ray Parlour going forward for the first time, but can't get it through to Henry, and tidying up his Oncho, and Liverpool almost cut through.
Oh, there's a great challenge. A terrific challenge, really, because Owen was inside the penalty spot there, going at goal, and Keown, who's quite a pacey player, you know, he did very well because he got his body in there, won the ball, you know, and he pushed Owen away with it at the same time. Terrific challenge that was.
The last 10 minutes of the cup final. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 0. Freddie Ljungberg has scored. Gary McAllister now wastes it. In come Arsenal with a neat interception. Martin Keown has just saved the day. Keown checks and then hits it down the centre. There's only Henry downfield now. Wiltor's been taken off. Henry with a good little ball to Ljungberg. He's got Parlour on the outside, and Ljungberg goes for glory and hits it 10 yards wide into the Arsenal fans behind Westerveld's goal.
The goal's gone to his head a little bit. I think that was a bit adventurous there, but because he had Parlour coming up on the right-hand side, but he's already found the back of the net. He's after another one. It was miles off target there, but that challenge of Keown's, I'm just going to say as well, I don't think Owen's first touch really, you know, did him any favours, and Keown did well, just got a ball away.
Well, we told you before the game that Arsenal normally win the FA Cup the year after Chelsea, and at the moment they're on course to do that again. They lead here by 1-0, but still a lot of work to do. Still 8 minutes for Liverpool to get back in the game. Anything could happen yet. Ball down this near side. Jamie Carragher. And he's well advanced inside the Arsenal half. Parlour is holding him up, and he's holding him up illegally. It's a free kick to Liverpool. Gary McAllister time once more down this left-hand side. McAllister to take the free kick. Huppier obviously to go forward. Heskey will be dangerous. And McAllister gets the ball, and it's about 5 yards in from the near touchline down this near side. This is the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the field. Babel's in the penalty area too. In it goes, and it's headed up in the air by Martin Keown. It's still only 6 yards out. Babel was there, and Michael Owen's there! And in it goes from Michael Owen. It's 7 yards out. A brilliant finish by the England striker, sustaining his marvellous run just recently. 3 goals against Newcastle, 2 against Chelsea, and in his very first cup final, he's made it here. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1. A brilliant, typical finish from Michael Owen.
Well, it's amazing how goals come in. It's probably the only way that Liverpool's looked through they're going to score to me is off a dead ball situation. The ball was knocked in. Keown headed it up in the air, and as he went up in the air, I think it was Babel who got the next touch, and he knocked it down. And Owen was the player who reacted first. Give him credit. He's putting the ball in the back of the net.
Well, Kanu is going to come on soon for Arsenal. I said anything could happen yet in this game. Another Gary McAllister free kick has done the trick, and now Arsenal have to clear, and they haven't cleared it too well. Berger is there, hits it straight at Martin Keown, and Liverpool win a corner, and the whole atmosphere in the Millennium Stadium now has transformed. 1-1, and we've got 6.5 minutes to go. It's going to be a Gary McAllister corner kick down this near side. Alan was saying that one hand normally means near post, 2 hands normally means far post, and at the moment it's the one arm that's been raised, and Babel is there once more. All sorts of problems, and it's one arm. This presumably will go towards Huppier at the near post. David Seaman raises both arms, and it goes towards the near post. It's more into the centre of the goal this time. Keown clears, Berger pounces, excellent ball back to McAllister, who hit it instinctively across the 6-yard area. Hit it too strongly though, and it's going to be a goal kick to be taken by David Seaman. Well, What a situation. St Johnstone 2, Dundee United 3 now in Scotland. And we wait now for Carnu to come on for Arsenal. And Freddie Ljungberg, having scored the goal, I have to say, I think he was coming off originally. And then he scored, and Ray Parlour then came on for Wiltord as Arsene Wenger looked to try and really make things solid out there. But now Arsenal need another goal, of course, and Carnu has come on for Ljungberg.
Yes, what a difference a goal makes there. Suddenly there was a spring in Liverpool's step. Lovely ball from Berger out to McAllister just a moment ago, and he whipped it across nice and early. Well, anything can happen now, Mike.
Well, it's all happened in this game in the last 10-15 minutes, and now Pires down the left-hand side, and my word, what will Thierry Henry be thinking now? He's missed a couple of really great chances here for Arsenal today. It's now Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1 on 5 Live and BBC World Service in the Cup final. Carnu gets his first touch for those long legs, Carnu, but McAllister's too sharp for him, and McAllister's going to win the ball against Carnu. Great play by the Scot. McAllister onto Robbie Fowler. Fowler's moving. He's got Owen down the left-hand side, but he was a little selfish, actually. Ran forward with the ball, inevitably lost it. And as the game opens up once more, Vieira switches it down the left-hand side. A fantastic ball. Henry took it on the chest. He's going to run at Marcus Babbel. Henry's all on his own in the penalty area, and all he could do there was to shoot, and Westerveld made the save from the angle. This time a better distribution from Westerveld. Ingo the challengers once more. Much, much better second half. The goals, of course, always change games. It's 1-1, and it's now Jamie Carragher, edge of the penalty area, giving it back to Sami Hyypiä. Hardly time to draw breath here. Arsenal now being examined by Liverpool. Berger onto Fowler. Fowler's got Owen again on his left-hand side. Goes past Adams. Cross comes Ashley Cole. And Cole just manages to get enough on the ball back to David Seaman. Seaman's quick clearance downfield. Henry was offside, but the referee, Stephen Dunn, will let the game carry on. And the atmosphere responding now to the goals which have been scored belatedly in this final. It was a very poor first half, very unadventurous, but it's quite exciting now. 1-1, Heskey over on that right-hand side. Heskey back to his defenders. Steven Gerrard, who's playing just in front of the back four at the moment, finds Sami Hyypiä on the left of the Liverpool defence, and now Carragher short of the halfway line. Only 3.5 minutes to go, plus whatever time will be added on. At least a couple of minutes will be added on, because we have had stoppages in this second half. Liverpool just having a little bit of a breather here. The support, though, coming in now from the Liverpool fans all around us, particularly, and especially away to the left, where Liverpool have scored their equaliser through Michael Owen. It's now Heskey down the right-hand side, halfway inside the Arsenal half. McAllister on towards Berger. Berger tried to release Marcus Babbel, but it was too top-heavy, and it's a goal kick.
Well, I think for the first time now, I suppose, perhaps from the early part of the game, the Liverpool fans think they can win the cup here, because, you know, they were out of it for a large section of the game, and really Arsenal should have put it out of sight, but they haven't done that. Liverpool have got back in. Good goal by Owen. I thought it was too. I just wonder what really Arsene Wenger's thinking about his substitution with Wiltord coming off and Parlour going on, you know, when they were winning. Surprising, really, how we all see the game differently.
Well, Arsene Wenger has still got one more trick up his sleeve if he wants to. He can still make another change. He's still got Dennis Bergkamp, of course, on the bench, or he's still got Lauren as well, and we're just seeing Arsene Wenger actually coming into that technical area over on the far side. But we've got 2.5 minutes to go. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1 in the cup final, and Arsenal have a free kick just inside the Liverpool half to the left as we look at it, over on the far side. Robert Pires takes it with his right foot towards Carnu, well cleared by Emil Heskey, and now Berger with the long hair scoops the clearance forward, looks for the pace of Owen. Dixon's out of position. Owen goes into the area, angle's awkward. What a goal from Michael Owen! Michael Owen takes out Dixon, Adams and Seaman and celebrates in front of the Liverpool fans. Michael Owen is hot. He's had a remarkable last week. That is a great goal by any stretch of the imagination. Liverpool were defending. Berger's long ball. He looked to Owen to provide the pace, the penetration, and he was there when it mattered. And Liverpool have come from behind here stupendously through Michael Owen to lead by 2 goals to 1.
Well, I said that Liverpool probably think they could win the cup, but really it was a fantastic finish by Owen. I think Seaman should have covered his angle better, but the ball came over from Berger, was a good ball, and what happened was it was Owen's pace that got him past Dixon, and he finished it beautifully. We were right behind it. It just crept inside the post, just inside the left-hand post, and I was just saying, you know, Mike, Liverpool probably for the first time actually feel they can win the cup with that goal. It's amazing. That first goal has changed everything. And I think Arsenal have lost a little bit since they changed the formation.
It was a finish of the highest quality, and we're in the last minute of normal time. Michael Owen, who really has come again in the last week or so. And now I think Dennis Bergkamp's going to come on over on the far side. But Owen has scored. He's now scored 23 this season. And Sven-Göran Eriksson, who's in the stadium, would have been so delighted to see that from one of his main men in the side. Great finish from the angle from Michael Owen. It all came about initially after Pires had taken a free kick for Arsenal. Liverpool were backpedaling, they got it clear, and then looked to the pace of Michael Owen. Dennis Bergkamp now is going to come on for Lee Dixon, and we have 10 seconds of normal time to go, and the game has been turned on its head here in his very first cup final by Michael Owen. Michael Owen, who was left out of the Worthington Cup final lineup here against Birmingham City. And what were we telling you before the game about surnames winning these games, who could so easily be Christian names, of course? Well, Owen was one of them, and Owen has scored the 2 goals that look like they're going to count unless Arsenal can come back. Header comes in from Martin Keown, but Westerveld was there, and his mistake now, which led to the first Arsenal goal, 3 minutes of added time, doesn't look like it's going to be costly. But what about those misses from Thierry Henry now? 2 really good chances that he squandered, which could have made all the difference.
Yes, it's amazing. You know, our football quite often can repeat itself, Mike, over a period of time. I've seen games like this many a time. Arsenal look to have had it won, but 1-0, anything can happen. And Liverpool got themselves back in the game, and then suddenly they get on the upswing. And here they are now, a couple of minutes off lifting the FA Cup.
3 minutes of added time. 2 French managers. We're playing this cup final outside England, but the goals, the crucial goals, have been scored by an Englishman, Michael Owen. Liverpool lead 2-1. Arsenal have to do it quickly. Bergkamp is there, and Gerrard clears. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes of added time. Liverpool's clearance goes straight to Ashley Cole. In comes a cross from Cole. Adams has stayed forward. Bergkamp on the edge of his area, a little too slow to react. In comes Pires to pick up the loose ball. Pires' ball in will be headed away by Stefan Ancho. Just under 2 minutes to go of added time. Liverpool have turned it round. Michael Owen's turned it round, and now Arsenal are terribly caught, and Fowler can get through to Owen. It could be a hat-trick, but Fowler can't get past Martin Keown. Otherwise, Michael Owen could have been through for the first hat-trick in the cup final since Stanley Mortensen. And Arsenal clear, but they have to do this very, very quickly. It's all gone wrong for them. In goes the ball from Ray Parlour, and it's going to miss out Carnu. Great roar from the Liverpool fans all around us, and they are now just seconds away from their first FA Cup triumph for what will be 9 years.
Well, it could have been a third goal for Liverpool there. Arsenal are committing themselves forward, and really Fowler lost control of the ball. It didn't look a very difficult ball to control and knock on to Michael Owen, but he tried to get his left foot on it coming from the right, and he lost control.
All the qualities that Owen showed, of course, in the World Cup under Glenn Hoddle, that great goal in St Etienne against Argentina, all those qualities again shown when he scored that second goal. It didn't look to be on. In fact, it wouldn't have been on for most strikers in the game. But Owen went through down this left-hand side, taking out Dixon and Adams, and from the angle finished past David Seaman. We've got seconds to go here in the Millennium Stadium. Michael Owen is the Millennium man. Liverpool lead by 2 goals to 1, and Arsenal are caught out, and this time Fowler can't find Owen. Fowler shoots weakly straight at David Seaman. Oh, easy save. That could have been the end of it.
It looked offside to me.
And Arsenal, committing so many players forward, were completely caught out. The whistle goes. The game has been won by Liverpool. Michael Owen punches the air. All the cameramen make their way towards him. Patrick Berger gives the little man a great big hug, and Liverpool have won the cup. They've come back from the dead here to win by 2 goals to 1. Michael Owen the hero, and everybody's running towards him to show him and tell him exactly what they think of him. Great finishing by a great striker. Liverpool have now won 2 cup finals. They will go on to Dortmund to try and complete the hat-trick on Wednesday night.
Well, it was amazing football. It can be very cruel at times, and it can be very uplifting when you win it. It's been a very cruel cup final for Arsenal, who really must have thought they had this cup won with about 8 or 9 minutes left. But they've had 2 goals hit against them. One of them a very good goal, I thought. But, and Liverpool in the end have stuck on and got it through. But really, Arsenal had the chances to have won it before that. Owen's cup final, Michael Owen, 2 goals again. You can't take that fact away from him. wonderful, but don't forget, Houpier, 3 clearances off his own line. Not many players have done that in a cup final.
Well, the last time that these two clubs met in a cup final, that was at Wembley in the League Cup, when Arsenal came from behind with 2 goals from Charlie Nicholas to beat Liverpool by 2 goals to 1. The boot was very much on the other foot here today, and Liverpool had to change their strip, of course. They were trying to become the first team to win the cup, playing in their second strip since Tottenham back in 1982. They've done that, but more importantly, they've shown great spirit, great togetherness, and some really, really clinical sharpshooting from Michael Owen, Jimmy.
Yes, they have. There's a bit of self-belief there for them as well. It went for them once or twice. You've got to give them credit. They stuck at it, and I think they looked better, actually, once they got Gary McAllister onto the field, because what he does, he starts to thread the ball through a little bit better than that. But prior to that, I thought their defence did extremely well. And in saying that, so too did Adams and Keown, who were outstanding, really, for most of the game.
Meanwhile, in the other half, it's the usual scene here. Arsenal can't believe it. Most of their players have just been sitting on the ground, some of them just lying completely forlorn. Thierry Henry, I wonder what's going through his mind. He will know that he's missed a couple of great chances here for Arsenal, who will now end the season in terms of trophies, of course, empty-handed. Liverpool are about to get their hands on the FA Cup in a few moments' time. It is now being engraved, of course. The name of Liverpool is being engraved on the cup. In the meantime, here's Mark.
And they're just building that presentation platform from which Liverpool will receive the FA Cup shortly. We'll be back with Mike. Let's go down onto the pitch, though. Steve Wilson's been with the Liverpool team today. Steve.
Absolute bedlam in this half of the field. I mean, 15,000 of these Liverpool fans are going to go straight from Cardiff to Dortmund. I would think it's barely worth going back north to Merseyside. They must have thought that they weren't going to win it. Gerard Houllier is absolutely beaming from ear to ear. He's caked in sweat. I think he's been through everything this afternoon. Meanwhile, on the pitch, I mean, the players who weren't involved, the players who didn't even get out of their suits, look like they are as ecstatic as even Michael Owen, who scored the 2 winning goals, of course, which I think says something about the team spirit which Gerard Houllier has instilled in this Liverpool side. Jamie Carragher is standing with his hands on his hips. He's looking down at the turf. I think he's just trying to capture this moment, put it in a mental bottle in the back of his mind and say, I want to remember this for the rest of my life. This wasn't a great cup final, but what a fantastic finish for Liverpool. They must, Mark, have thought that they'd lost it.
Indeed, I suppose it reminds us of a 79 cup final in a way that for so much of the game it wasn't very exciting, but an extraordinary denouement. There has to be a loser. Thierry Henry looks absolutely inconsolable. Nick Mullins.
It's always the awful contrast, isn't it, Mark? And my eyes were on Tony Adams during those final few seconds. And for about 10 seconds immediately afterwards, he was just lying flat on his back, doubtless wondering if he would ever be on this stage again. Remember, he said that next season will be the last season. That will do for him, thank you very much. 10 seconds thinking about himself, and then after 10 seconds, he got back onto his feet and suddenly realised that there was some opposition to congratulate. And Tony Adams led the Arsenal players over to the Liverpool players, shaking every one of them by the hand. Adams had done his job, and then he walked back to his own team and made sure that no one was feeling too sorry for themselves. He's up now, Adams. He's got a rueful smile on his face. The other person I was watching was Freddie Ljungberg, who 8 minutes before full time was probably thinking that he was about to be an FA Cup winner, and the reason that Arsenal had won the FA Cup. He just nipped back down into the dressing room for a couple of seconds to gather his thoughts. It's a very, very difficult situation for everyone, but Tony Adams and Freddie Ljungberg just kind of encapsulating what 30,000 Arsenal fans away to my left are thinking at the moment, arms crossed, wondering what's happened.
Those are the Arsenal fans.
Well, what an astonishing win for Liverpool in the FA Cup final. We'll bring you the presentation from the Millennium. A couple of other important results today. Bayern Munich have gone 3 points clear in the Bundesliga. They beat Kaiserslautern 2-1 today. And Schalke, their main rivals for the title, were beaten 1-0 at Stuttgart. And in Italy's Serie A, Roma stayed 5 points clear at the top. They beat Atalanta by 1-0 today. It's 16 hours Greenwich Mean Time. This is Martin Fuchs in London. You're listening to Sports World on the BBC World Service.
violent upsurge of fighting.